My name is Aaron, a reporter for Veritas News. Only having one bye week, there is talks about extending the regular season to have more than 17 official games. The best players are awarded at the end of the regular season with rewards such as MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and many more awards. Injuries are at an all-time high, with 331 players are currently injured or have been previously injured in this regular season. In high school football, the PSAL has 8 regular season games with one bye week. Today we dive into people's opinions about this topic.
How do you feel about adding another game to the regular season?
I think from a fan perspective, we would be all for it, and simply because, more football means more entertainment, more, for people that play fantasy football, for people that have favorite players, for people that just like the pure social enjoyment of the game, it's certainly worth doing. However, the other side of that comes from the person that's performing and doing the entertainment, which is the football player themselves. The football player, it takes a tremendous amount of time to get their bodies in shape and prepared throughout the regular season and into an extended playoff season. So something certainly needs to be done, not so much from a financial perspective, but more in terms of how those players can, take care of their bodies, maybe like giving them an extra bye week during the season rather than having a second one. Because in reality, we all know the NFL is trying to aim their Super Bowl Sunday to be the Monday before President's Day, so that people won't be so rushed to get out. They can enjoy the games more, because it is a big celebration, not just for the people that are watching the game, but it becomes a big family event too, for sure.
Is a 17-game regular season too much?
For me, as an enthusiast, I say no. But the real people that should be asked are the people that are performing the daily grind on a day-to-day basis. We see the end result on a Sunday, but don't know what's going on behind the scenes, the 5 days during. Those guys get, they play on Sunday, they show up for Monday meetings and recovery and treatments, and then they have one day off Tuesday. Tuesday's their only day off, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're back at it. Saturday's a travel day. So doing that for 17 weeks straight takes a lot of time away from families. It's not so much about the entertainment perspective, but also from a mental component for the player as well, their mental well-being as well as their physical well-being.
How do you feel about adding another game to the regular season?
I didn't have too strong feelings about it. I'm a big football fan, but I didn't have too strong feelings about it. I think it's exciting. It gives teams who maybe start the season slow, maybe they have injuries and so forth, gives them more of a chance. So I would say I'm generally for it. Again, obviously it gives them more chance for injuries maybe and so forth, but overall I'd say it's a good thing.
How do you feel about this affecting the records in the NFL?
That's interesting because I know they had just had actually Myles Garrett on the Browns. He just broke the sack record. But he did it in, of course, another game. So you may have to adjust that. I mean, it's a different amount of games, bottom line. If you have one more game to do something, it affects it. So maybe you have to create a new column, right, for these guys, or put an asterisk next to it or something like that. But yeah, I think that you have to delineate that someone did it in 16 games versus 17 games.
How do you feel about adding another game to the regular season?
I feel like there shouldn't be another game added to the regular season because the NFL is all about injury prevention, and adding another game would make players more prone to injury, and that would also affect playoffs and the off season, which would mean players would have to take longer to recover and possibly have them out for the next season.